Henry Ford is noted to have said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So where do you stand in that saying? Do you think you can or do you think you can't? And does it matter anyway? Do you ever hear people say, I'm just a negative person. It's just who I am. I look on the negative side of things. I'm not one of those positive people. Well, it's a learned trait. It is a learned trait to be positive. And yes, 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 it matters. It matters a whole lot. When you learn to focus on the positive, you can counter those things that people say to you that aren't nice. Have you ever had someone say to you, you're worthless? You'll never amount to anything? I have. I worked with someone one time who made it a game. It was like his joy to say these things to me. You're worthless. You don't know a thing about what you're doing. You're so overpaid, you don't deserve a dime. Those things start to swirl around in your head and you start to think, maybe I'm not really good at this. Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. But it took a while for me to get those thoughts pushed out of my head and get myself off of that negative track and turn it into a positive. And yes, 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 it matters. It matters for you to focus on the positive and put a positive spin on things. Mentally and physically, it matters. People with a positive mindset are known to have lower rates of depression. They have less distress. They can deal with a stressful situation better. They have a greater resistance to the common cold. They have better coping skills in times of stress. And they have better psychological and physical well-being. Those are some things I want in my life, and I think you do too. But when you practice negative thinking all the time, you're going to have exactly the opposite. More illness, more sickness, more distress. The stress piles on. Someone with a negative mindset will grab hold of everything negative that happened in the day, even if it's one thing. Even if it's one thing. Everything else that was good is gone because one thing didn't go their way. They have a tendency to catastrophize things. They always make it the worst case scenario. Am I describing you? Because that used to be me. I'm not throwing out judgment calls because this was me. Drama. Everything was horrible. Filtering out the positive, right? And polarizing everything. So everything is either one or the other. So I was either a complete winner in a situation or a total failure. There was no middle ground. It was either up or it was down. Catastrophizing everything. Negative mindset. A positive mindset will pull out the positive in a situation and turn it. Even if it's a negative, they will find something so that they can turn it. This is an important skill to learn. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. But if you practice a negative mindset, you can turn it around. So here are some ways to do it. See some humor in situations. Give yourself permission to laugh and to smile. If you can't find something to laugh or smile about in a situation, bring something in. Tell yourself a joke, make it something, bring something in and give yourself permission to laugh or to smile. Identify the areas where you need to change. Where do you have your most trouble with negativity? Identify that area because knowing what you're fighting is much easier than fighting something that you don't know. Take some time to think about it and identify that area. Check your thoughts throughout the day. You know, like every hour, maybe when your Fitbit goes beep beep at every 50 minutes to tell yourself to get up and walk 250 steps. Whenever it does that, check your thoughts. Are your thoughts positive or negative? Are you sitting at your desk going, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this. Check it and turn it around. Live a healthy lifestyle. Live a healthy lifestyle. Choose healthy will help you be more positive. More positive people are known to have healthier habits. It's just one of the things that comes along with being a positive person. Practice positive self-talk. Practice positive self-talk. And have someone else check you too. Ask them, am I being more positive? Check me on this because I'm really trying to be a more positive person. So when you think, I've never done this before, someone gives you an assignment or you want to do something big in your life, you want to make a change, and your mind immediately goes to, but I've never done this before. Turn it into, what a great opportunity I have in front of me to learn something new. Instead of saying it's too complicated, say, I'm going to find a way. This isn't too complicated for me because I'm going to find a way to make it happen. Somebody else did. Somebody else found a way to make things happen. So can I. Instead of thinking no one talks to me, the lines of communication are shut. Instead of that, say, I'm going to find a way to open the lines of communication. Spin that positive. Instead of saying, I'm not going to get any better at this, say, I'm going to give it another try. I'm going to keep trying at this until I conquer it. You can turn it around. It is a simple process, but it's not easy. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes you granting yourself grace when things don't go as planned. When you find yourself in that negative, grant yourself grace, turn it around, and get back on the positive self-talk train. Get those thoughts that are flowing around in your head on a positive track. You will live healthier, you will sleep better, you will be more fun to be around, and you'll turn your life around. I promise. Keep it positive. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. So think you can and make it happen, and have a fantastic week. Bye.